Alright guys, organized crime is panicking. On video guys. This is big. This is big guys. So, this is what's going on. Time frame. We have on video the child picking up the mail earlier this afternoon, March 11th, 2026, Wednesday, after school. Homeowner Martinez's son was instructed to create a diversion, a distraction, catfish, so I may follow him with my camera to avoid the child on film picking up the mailbox exchange of narcotics, okay? Grandma is in charge of inserting the narcotics and then placing the envelopes back inside the mailbox at 5130 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60824. Okay? Second, the father. 1 week ago, anniversary, February 27th, 2026, a U.S. Marshal, fake arrest, father and son, catch and release. The father was never arrested. He was instructed to stay away. Okay? So, and that's exactly what happened. He stayed away, and he arrived today. Last night. And we have him on video, and clearly he arrived at night. And he was picked up by his wife, 4-door red Jeep, parking away from camera view. And they went inside, and when this occurred, they did not come out. That's right. They have a long relationship with grandma, no concern whatsoever, not asking any questions. They've been instructed to hide inside. Tennessee officials visiting by 132 in-person messages after the fake arrests, catch and release by U.S. Marshal. Intended for me, okay? I was the intended victim that day, and the only reason this individual got arrested was as a cover-up, okay? That's why he was instructed to stay away. And that's the reason for Tennessee officials visiting. Oh, there you go. So you can see the paramedic clearly looking at my window. Okay? There's paramedics involved in criminal activity, and this is how they're able to document their victims once they respond to the game of manipulation. So we have a paramedic very concerned, panic, involved, eye contact. So you can clearly see paramedics and fire department are working together as far as a scheme: state insurance policy fraud, identity theft, Medicaid. This was not supposed to be recorded, okay? I continue to be attacked electronically. This is a murder plot on my life coming from next door. And obviously, they are panicking. Look at what time is it. And this is around the clock strategizing taking place, attacking my brain electronically. 2003 year and present, 2026, March 12th, Thursday morning, 4:09 a.m. That's the time sequence. Once again, the father has arrived discreetly, after February 27th, 2026, 1 week anniversary, Friday. He was instructed to hide. He returned back discreetly, and obviously, he was instructed to stay inside while grandma is in bad shape, okay? Grandma is in charge of inserting the narcotics inside the mail, the envelopes of the mailbox exchange at 5130 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60804. We are asking for the public assistance. Please contact Internal Revenue Services. I'm going to show you the information right now. We're trying to gain weight. We're trying to make a difference here, guys. This is serious stuff. And you guys are witnessing how organized crime is able to avoid any suspicious wrongdoing by simply social acting. Once again, the U.S. Marshal uniform was intended for me to give me comfort, security, so I may go outside and share my information. But inside my apartment, all the windows were covered up, okay? And obviously, it was a planned arrest on me. That's why the individual that was arrested was instructed to park underneath my window. This is bait, focus, follow, attention span, to give the impression that the U.S. Marshal was taking a picture of the vehicle and not me by the window, okay? The U.S. Marshal was clearly baiting me. Bait, focus, follow, attention span by moving his vehicle in different directions. This is called catfish, bait, focus, follow, attention span, social acting. And once he was notified I was recording him, he took a picture of me as an accessory to the fact. Okay? So I was the intended victim that day. And the only reason this individual got arrested was as a cover-up to avoid any suspicious wrongdoing that it was intended for me. Okay? That individual clearly was instructed to park under my window and clearly was instructed to ride his son's scooter. Okay? And it was all planned out. But because I did not respond, because I didn't go outside, the individual, they went to plan B. And plan B, of course, is to have a fake arrest, catch and release. And the individual clearly returned back, same time frame. And right after, as soon as after he arrived, Grandma, that's what happened to Grandma, okay? So obviously she was not taking proper precaution. She probably inhaled it or by accident. But this is trafficking, distribution, and packaging, okay? So this is heavy narcotics. And if you don't have the proper mask, you will be inhaling this, okay? Now, these are trap houses, okay? These trap houses, if you don't have the proper gear to protect your lungs, you will inhale this, and this is what the result. This is the result. And this is child endangerment as well. So we are urging the public, please contact Child Protective Services. Child Protective Services was not called 1 week ago when the U.S. Marshal made a fake father and son catch and release arrest, okay, at 5130 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60804. Okay, this is the individual behind the murder plot, behind state insurance policy fraud, identity theft, Medicaid. This is the individual, Nello Greco, main proprietor of 5132. Town of Cicero officials made a home visit March 8th, 2026, Sunday afternoon in an unmarked vehicle. And visiting in-person message to the person in charge of 5132. Okay? This was an in-person message to avoid any phone tapping. Okay? This is how they get away with it. Other than that, also an unmarked vehicle. Okay? And we also have homeowner Martinez's wife in the back, evidence that she was involved simply by staying in the backyard and not being curious with all the police officers and U.S. Marshal in front and shouting and that was going on and the sirens. Not concerned. We have her on video and we uploaded it several times. We also have homeowner Martinez's son incriminating himself the same time frame as Grandma as far as after school child endangerment of narcotics. He was trying to create a diversion, a distraction away from the child arriving from school, specifically trained to pick up the mail. He proceeded by picking up the mail. Homeowner Martinez proceeded by driving the opposite direction, catfish. So I may focus on homeowner Martinez's blue vehicle and not next door 5135 and not the child picking up all the mail and running inside with Grandma. This is child endangerment, guys. So the child stays with Grandma overnight and in the morning is picked up. And when he's picked up in the morning, he is carrying the narcotics inside his book bag. Okay? That's the reason I am a target, and I am being attacked electronically. This is silent, incoherent victims, nursing home final faith, identity theft Medicaid takes place. We also have various scenarios of teenagers being involved as far as customers. Okay, the younger the victim, the bigger the payoff. This is an insurance fraud, state insurance policy fraud, identity theft Medicaid. Okay, here we go. January 8th, 2025, I filed a petition with a tax preparer, 5132. Okay, this is Nello Greco, main proprietor, and he panicked upon notification of bleeding of my brain by University of Illinois, and that's why the first floor remains vacant and the pressure's on. The police officers are constantly harassing me, along with Tennessee officials working on a harassment case against me for providing this crucial service to the public of trap houses in the area. Okay, this is the reason why the dollar store owner was instructed to community gang stalking. This is the reason why the dollar store owner was instructed to provoke a confrontation, physical contact, and the police officers in the area. Of course, in my case, Sergeant Porter, badge number 2255, right forearm tattoo, waiting, standing by, set up traps, false police reports, and arrests. There you go. So if a physical contact will have occurred, and I'm on the floor unconscious, the police officers will make up some story, okay? How I came to be. And that's how they get rid of, this is how they manipulate businesses, remain in control, and silence their arbitrators. And don't forget, all my windows are covered up the majority of the time because of the bright light harassment from next door. We have a police officer entering and exiting on video with a camera, taking pictures once I respond to the bright light harassment, okay? And other than that, there was also a green truck parked in front pre-Christmas, and my son left with his girlfriend pre-Christmas shopping with her white four-door Jeep. She left, and soon after, a green truck arrived, parking underneath my window, left running with the wiper blades on. The individual proceeded by going toward the dollar store. He returned shortly after, a couple seconds later, from the opposite direction, which means that was catfish, bait focus follow attention span, similar scenario to the U.S. Marshal attack. Yeah. Once I go outside, I will be arrested, or there's going to be a physical harm, and the police officers are in the area waiting, standing by, set up traps, false police reports, arrests, order of protection, document a history of mental health issue illness to avoid long-term electronic harassment, secondary health issues of radiation levels. This is a military-grade technology. Subscribe to Tech Ingredients, equal exposure from microwave oven, X-ray machine, or sleeping next to a high power line. Now, I might not be here to enjoy the fruits of my labor, okay? 2003 year and present 2026. This is, I provide a public service, okay? So, this is the current time of the electronic harassment. But I want to go on the record that this is the individual that must be held accountable for my illness or death, okay? So I want to go on the record now that I can, and I am coherent, okay? Because remember, this is deadly, okay? This is deadly. This is Capital One murder, okay? This is the reason why so much time, effort, law enforcement, strategizing, and Morton High School students are not protected by Town of Cicero police officers, Cook County Sheriff, and Des Plaines Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart. Okay, because they're constantly harassing me into reacting, into responding. Obviously, the electronic harassment is one of their secret weapons to provoke movement, reaction, response, yelling, running out of control, kicking, screaming, public outbursts. Surprise advantage once I come out of while grocery shopping. The police officers are usually waiting for me outside, attacking the victim's psyche, preconditioned at home to do so. And once they approach me outside, to see how I respond with electronic harassment, community gang stalking, and bright light harassment, and provoke confrontation. Based on psychological warfare books, The Art of War, The 48 Laws, Centennial, Mind Games, Community Gang Stalking, bright light harassment, and electronic harassment. Very effective on the doctor's care. All these scenarios you guys are witnessing from time to time, preconditioned at home. The consequences are very severe on the doctor's care and will continue. The victim, organized crime family, has employees that will self-admit themselves to carry on this process, the game of manipulation, within a hospital room setting. And of course, once your medication is increased, this intensifies your response, aggression, paranoia, hallucinations, psychosis, lose weight, very nervous, sleeplessness. A number of symptoms occur. Your medication will be increased. You will be sedated and given your medication by force and secluded from other patients to avoid copycat. You cover up the windows in the hospital, that's what's going to happen to you. You respond to the electronic harassment, yelling, kicking, screaming, you will be sedated, okay? The bright light harassment, and if you engage in any physical contact with another patient, that's what the employees self-admit themselves to create some type of confrontation within a hospital room setting. If you want more information, go on Google Maps regarding inpatient state fraud hospital evaluation. Okay? That's what you look for, and that's where it all starts. And the same scenario with young teenagers as far as addiction. All right? To create family conflict, emotional distress, anxiety, disbelief, mistrust, anger. Sooner or later, your family members will place an order of protection. Sooner or later, your family members will sign off all legal rights, and you will be awarded to the State Mental Institute, the final faith at the end. The final faith is a combination of high frequencies that attacks the victim's nervous system, loss of coordination, accidents, and death. Bright light harassment as well, on and off switch visual effects set on the victim's eye scope. From any natural light, glare, shiny object, or white background will cause accidents and death. Well documented on our social media platform as far as smart vehicles with the smart lights that are turned on in electronically high beams. Other than that, the dollar store owner instructed to wait for my ex-wife to create family conflict, acting as the victim that I am harassing him. But we have him on video, instructed to provoke a confrontation, physical contact, okay? So these are called the game of manipulation. And, well, I'm probably missing a couple things, but we are working closely with Samantha Chapman, Channel 7 News private investigator, okay? And we are sharing our information on Facebook. We're on the wheel. And we are at 10K on YouTube, okay? So we're asking for the public assistance. Please contact Internal Revenue Services. We're hitting this criminal organization where it hurts in their pocketbooks. And I am behind enemy lines. Let's not forget, Board of Education, District 99, female employee, same time frame, as grandma, same time frame as the father arriving after February 27, 2026. Fake arrest, father and son, catch and release. Same time frame, Board of Education, District 99. Female panicked, driving the opposite direction. That's right, on video. So obviously it was a scenario that over at the end, you saw what happened to grandma. Okay? This is a senior citizen clearly involved in criminal activity to avoid any suspicious wrongdoing. And I just took a little video of what's going on next door. And obviously I am being subjected to lethal high-level frequencies and electromagnetic field waves. I continue sleeping with my head inside this aluminum pot, and my room is well documented. The police officers have been in here, okay? And this is what they use to document the victim with mental health issue illness. My son is a witness to this dollar store owner provoked confrontation. My son took the initiative of placing a safety latch in the bottom hallway door because he realized there was a strategizing taking place. The scenario was on a daily basis. The police officers would run upstairs with paramedics and fire department involved in criminal activity, just like you are witnessing on this video. The paramedic clearly looking toward my window, and there's not supposed to be any witnesses when it comes to state insurance policy fraud, identity theft, Medicaid. The paramedic clearly was making sure I wasn't recording. Okay. Other than that, well, posted date January 8th, 2025. I filed a petition with a tax preparer tax evasion. This is the individual right here, and watch the magic happen. A lot of these individuals, the majority, do not work, and they paid incentives, new vehicles, family vacation, home improvement, and so on, and food and clothing, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so hopefully, I'm excited. A whole new year of surveillance is here, guys, and there's nothing this criminal organization can do to stop our surveillance. Sure, I know the consequences of secondary health issues or radiation levels. But just because something happens to me, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be someone else that's going to be taking my place. Okay, anything happens to me, it's going to bring more credibility to our social media platform, and of course, grandma being ill and emergency, going to the hospital, is something that will be looked at by a lot of people, and especially after the father arriving back. We have a lot of hits on video. The father arriving back after February 27, 2026, 1 week anniversary, fake U.S. Marshal involved in criminal activity, catch and release. Okay, the father did not go to jail. He was instructed to stay away, arriving discreetly at night, and his wife driving him home. Okay, so 1 week, and he's back. Business as usual. But now there's going to be, hopefully, it's going to be looked at in a whole different way. Remember, the point as far as the U.S. Marshal fake arrests was to have on video, to have documented that there was no evidence. By records indicate no evidence. Records indicate no search warrant, no canine, no child protective services. So all this is gonna avoid external government agencies from taking a hard look at corruption, narcotics, and of course Larry Dominic involved in criminal activity. Remember the former mayor Betty Lauren Cheese Well, Town of Cicero Mayor is being protected by external government agencies, individual employees, making sure Town of Cicero is protected. Same as individual reporters, making sure Town of Cicero is highlighted in a positive way. This is a big organization, guys. A lot of money is being tossed around, and plans are in the works to continue investing money on this property, guys. We have on video a contractor shaking hands with the person in charge of 5132. So plans are in the works to continue investing money. This property is not going to be sold. Nello Greco inherited this property from his deceased mother, okay? I know this family very well. I used to be considered a family member, okay? But other than that, what else can I add? We're looking forward to continuing our surveillance, public service. And of course, the police officers involved in criminal activity will continue harassing me, attacking my psyche, of course, okay? I used to be arrested before, but once I communicated with social media, the arrest stopped, but the game of manipulation took over, okay? The game of manipulation is more discreet, okay? It's attacking the victim's psyche psychologically. And this is how they avoid any suspicious wrongdoing. This is the reason why the Martinez family continue distracting catfish, and they also have a trap house in their basement. The Martinez family are specifically trained to make sure the back door is locked at all times under lock and key. And next door to 5135, next door neighbor, also is another trap house. There's various trap houses in this area for trafficking, distribution, and packaging. A lot of narcotics. So you can see how big this criminal organization is. And for one person to be arrested, fake arrests, and catch and release. And that's the reason for the discretion for this individual returning back after 1 week, only 1 week, very discreetly at night. And same time frame as grandma getting sick, same time frame as the mailbox exchange after school child. And of course we have homeowner Martinez's son with the blue vehicle, catfish. So he incriminated himself as far as creating a diversion away from the child endangerment, okay? This is serious. When you are implicated in child endangerment, this is serious stuff right here. And we have that video incriminating the Martinez family as far as child endangerment, knowingly a participant trying to avoid public notice of what's going on here. All right, that's it, guys. We are getting ready for another day of surveillance. 4:35 a.m., Thursday, May 12th, 2026. And you cannot deny this right here, guys, okay? You cannot deny this, guys. This right here. You need to share this information, guys, okay? I have contacted everyone. I contacted Chuy Garcia. Chuy Garcia replied by email, inviting me to a town council involving Larry Dominic and the police officers involved in criminal activity. That is called entrapment, okay? So obviously that's the reply I got from Congressman Chuy Garcia. I have contacted the DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration, Chicago and Dearborn, Illinois, Department of Justice, the Pentagon, National Security Threat, individual reporters involved in criminal activity, protecting and making sure Town of Cicero is highlighted in a positive way, okay? And I also contacted State Representative Lisa Hernandez. Everyone has been contacted, guys. This is the reason why so many Chicagoans are leaving, because of corruption, and we have a new administration in the White House cracking down on narcotics, of course. And so hopefully we can get more notice exactly what's going on here, especially after Grandma's incident right here, well noted, and the individual returning back after 1 week anniversary, Friday, February 27, 2026. Fake arrest by catch and release by a U.S. Marshal present. Okay, that's it. We're moving on. Get involved, guys. It is worth your time and effort. I'm telling you. This is it. This is what we needed, and hopefully Grandma is okay. But obviously, these are senior citizens involved in criminal activity, and this is evidence that organized crime has no shame involving children, senior citizens, migrants, and of course Hawthorne track race horses. Hawthorne track race horses are involved to continue trafficking long distance, okay? And that's why the animals are being used to avoid any suspicious wrongdoing. Hawthorne track race horses should be investigated as well, okay? On video. All right, appreciate your support. Oh, community gang stalking. Community gang stalking. There we go. Okay, we have a community gang stalking. Looks like we have a vehicle blocking the fire hydrant once again. And that seems to be the father that arrived discreetly at night. So the community gang stalking, and of course, the father has a new vehicle blocking the fire hydrant, okay, at 4:40 a.m., Thursday, March 12th, 2026, okay? And of course, the police officers are waiting to see if I go out there and record the vehicle close hand to have me arrested, okay? So obviously, that's the reason for the community gang stalking, bait, focus, follow, attention span. And once I approach the window and look at the vehicle blocking the fire hydrant to manipulate me to go out there and record. But the vehicle is there, and the father has returned back, business as usual. So there you have it, guys. We took a good look. I took a little gamble because my ex-wife is sleeping next in the next room, but we're trying to be mindful of her wishes. She does not want me recording, of course. She is in fear for her life. Postcards have been left in the mailbox threatening life, okay? So pay close attention. Keep your eyes on me, guys. This is it. This is it. Appreciate your support. And you just saw this was a planned attack once again with law enforcement. That's the reason for the community gang stalking. Bait focused follow attention span, the vehicle clearly blocking the fire hydrant, and the police officers are waiting for me to go outside, okay? For documentation purposes of mental health issue illness. To avoid long-term electronic harassment, secondary health issues or radiation levels. Remember, they really want me out the picture. And that's why the strategizing, another reason for the electronic harassment, to provoke movement, reaction, response, yelling, running out of control, kicking, screaming, public outbursts, and the community gang stalking, surprise advantage once I approach the window. And clearly, that vehicle is bait, okay? They want me to go out there. They want me to get close to that vehicle so I may be arrested, questioned, and most likely, as far as for evaluation purposes of mental health issue illness, okay? That's it. On video, you heard the community gang stalking, and obviously the vehicle is blocking the fire hydrant to serve and protect organized crime. Okay, that's what we're looking at right there. Okay, to serve and protect organized crime. Like that. You cannot deny. We got them.